Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Basic Go. Today we're going to study traditional opening theory. So, most of us rush to place stones in the board at the beginning, and very few realize that that moment is when you have the most freedom in the game. It's the moment with most potentiality. As soon as you place a stone in the board, you start giving shape to the game, and at the same time, you start losing freedom. And as you keep playing, you will lose more freedom because you have less places where you can play, and all the way to the end of the game where you have lost all your freedom and you don't have anywhere you can place anymore. But don't worry, you can always start another game. And that's what is fun, right? Experiencing the game. So today I'm going to give you a few guidelines about how to play in the opening. And these are not hard rules, they're more like guidelines. Uh, be aware that the opening of the game of Go is the place where you have the most freedom, and it can be really creative and even abstract. So, understanding the opening takes a lot of knowledge. So don't worry about it. Just follow these guidelines and experiment in your games. So here I have three positions: one in the corner, one in the side, and one in the center. All of them are surrounding 9 points of territory. As you can see in the corner, I only need 6 stones to surround those 9 points of territory, while in the side I need 9 stones and in the center I need 12. That is because I'm using these two sides that don't require any stones. The same as in the side, and in the center I have to surround all the territory placing stones. Therefore, what that means is that it's more efficient to surround territory in the corners than it is in the sides, and of course, than it is in the center. So, what traditional opening theory says is that we should start by playing in the corners, and only when the corners are all occupied, we should play in the sides, and only when the sides are all been taken, then we should play in the center. So regarding where to play, there are different options. So let's start by studying the 4-4 point, the start point. This point is played when you want to make an influential game, when you want to take influence. It gives lots of influence towards the center. On the other hand, the corner is open, and your opponent may invade whenever she wants to at the 3-3 point. Many beginners think that this point surrounds the corner and they think, oh, this corner is now mine. But that's not true. The start point is for influence towards the center, not for securing the corner. When we want to approach the corner, we will play an approach, a knight's move. And this is the most common approach move for this corner. And the most common response is a knight's move jump to the other side, very symmetrical, to make a base. Most of the people think this is about territory, to surround this territory. This is not the importance right now in the opening. It is about making a base, starting to make a base. If you have a chance to enclose the corner before your opponent plays there, perhaps you could play this move yourself. And it could be this way or in the other side. It's the same because this move is symmetrical. It depends on where are your stones in the rest of the board. This creates a corner enclosure for the 4-4 point. However, this corner enclosure is very loose. White can still invade in different points. White can invade, still take the corner, play here, or even play here. These are the most common invasion points for this enclosure. So it doesn't secure the corner again. And if black wanted to enclose the corner completely, black would need sorry about that. Black would need one more move here. This encloses the corner completely, but it has taken us 3 moves to enclose the corner, so it's not very efficient for taking the corner. Again, this is more about the center. Regarding extensions, the most common way of developing from this cornerstone would be all the way to an approach move at either side, And this goes with traditional opening theory that says that we should play first in the corner, or you could also do an extension to either side, either here low or high. So this would look more like basically like this, an approach move, or this type of extension. Now let's look at the 3-4 point. The 3-4 point is asymmetrical, so it's different if you play like this than if you play it like this, because it has direction of play. In this position, for example, the direction of play would be either here or here, this direction of play, because black really wants to enclose the corner if he has a chance, or white really wants to approach and play in either of these points to prevent black enclosing the corner. Compare that with black playing here. Now, white doesn't really want to approach this way because that would invite black to close the corner, right? Either here or here. So that's not a good direction of play. So white would have to approach on this side, either here or low again, but this doesn't work as coordinated with white stone, right? So the direction of play is completely different. So as I said before, white, the approach move for white would be either A or B. Those are the most common ones, although C and D are also kind of common. And if black has a chance to play and secure the corner, black should do so by playing either this move, which is the most common and encloses completely the corner, or this move. This is more influential. Now notice that black can secure the corner with only 2 plays. So this is much more efficient for territory. It can be used for territorial players who want to secure the corner quickly, or for players who like fighting style. That is because there are many joseki that lead to fights when black pincers around this area, anywhere around this area. So this is a common way to start a fighting game. Regarding development, black really wants to extend either an approach the other corner, or again play an extension. So either any one of these moves are definitely possible. This, even this, and an extension here or here. This has good direction of play because this is making kind of a wall towards this side, is facing this way, in contrast with this other area, which doesn't really have that much development. That is because if black gets to play around here, let's say, let's do position here. Let's say white answers. Now this is creating a nice mojo, a nice framework, right? And this stone is kind of high. This creates like a box, or even something like this. Imagine black playing here and white plays somewhere else. I don't know. This, just imagine this. This creates kind of a box, so it's really good for development. While black playing here doesn't have as much potential because this stone is low. So I mean, it's okay. It's possible. It is still a good development, but if black has the chance, black should use this opportunity to develop in this side. This is a good direction of play. At the same time, white really wants to avoid black playing this extension, for example, or approach. So white may want to enclose the corner this way to prevent this extension, or even taking this point in the center. So this kind of nullifies a little bit black's potential towards this side. Let's look at the 3-3 point. The 3-3 point is a very territorial play. It secures the corner with only one move, but it is a very small corner, and also this stone is very low, very tucked away. So white can easily press black down like this. And I will do some videos with Joseki, how to study this. But the general idea is that black took the corner, so white is going to take the center and the influence. Should do so by playing here before white has a chance. The meaning of this move is to go out from that low position, to go out in the center. And this creates good potential for playing around these areas again, or for even approaching a stone, providing, of course, that there is a stone in this area. Then black could approach here, or play something like this, or high, and it also provides some development towards this area. And that is because this stone is high. Now we have the 3-5 point. And the 3-5 point, it puts lots of importance to the top or to the side, right? The corner is open, of course. White can play either of these moves. These are the most common moves: invade the corner, or take this point towards a little bit more towards the side or the corner, towards the top or the corner of, sorry. So white may play here or here, and there are different joseki. We'll study them later, but the idea is always the same. Black will press white down and keep white relegated to the corner while developing the side. That's again the influence of this. The direction of play of this point is the way you're going to develop it towards the side. If black has a chance to play in this area before white does, then black should play a corner enclosure. And this reverts to the 3-4 point. When you play the 3-4 point and then you enclose the corner, is the same. So it has a direction of play towards this direction, right? This direction. And finally, the last move that we're going to study today is the 5-4 point. This is not very common. It's very influential because it's on the fourth line towards the center and also towards the top or towards the side, right? So white may invade the corner, or white may play here, and the response is going to be similar to the 3-5 point. Black is going to want to press white low and keep white relegated to the corner or to the side. But this puts more emphasis in the center, as you can see. So black is creating influence towards the top, but more of the center and not as strong to the top right now. This is all, of course, traditional opening theory. You don't have to play like that. You can do whatever you want to. Go is a free game. However, if you're a beginner, I recommend you play this and get familiarized with these guidelines and these concepts. Perhaps later you can experiment with other different moves, like starting at Tengen, the center of heaven. The opening can be really hard to understand and to explain because it requires a big amount of knowledge of Go. You need to know lots of joseki, direction of play, different plays. So right now we're not studying particular openings or anything. This is just some guidelines so you know how to play at the beginning. Go ahead and experiment in your games, and I'll see you next time.